Good afternoon, all friends, colleagues. A special welcome to our overseas guest, Professor Wang, Professor Jean, Professor Chu, all of you for being here. Today I'm going to talk very briefly, till our chief guest comes, on India's global leadership in regenerative medicine as part of Neurorestoratology. So if you see the worldwide publications, you can see that there are worldwide 47 papers on the role of cell therapy in autism, 62 on the role of cerebral palsy, 54 in ALS, 86 papers on spinal cord injury, and 40 on muscular dystrophy. Now, in that, if you see, out of 47 papers worldwide, on cell therapy in autism spectrum, 20 papers are from India. All the other countries have 3, 4, 5, but we've got 20 papers from our country on autism. So this is something we are leading the world in. In cerebral palsy, again, out of 64 papers, 18 papers are from India. If we see in spinal cord injury, here, of course, China has the largest papers. China has 29. But India has 16 papers. In ALS, again, we have 12 papers, out of 54. And in muscular dystrophy, out of 40 papers worldwide, we have 23 papers. So this itself shows India's global leadership in regenerative medicine. So if you look, like I said, out of 47 papers in autism, 20 were from India. And we ourselves have 17 papers, 5 clinical studies, case reports, and chapters. So these are so I'm going to share very briefly our published work. This is work done at the NeuroGen Brain and Spine Institute in Navi Mumbai. The first study was a smaller study published in 2013. And this had only 32 patients. But we had shown that 91% of the patients improved, and they improved in all the important symptoms such as social relationship, emotional response, speech, behavioral patterns, sensory aspects, hyperactivity, attention, concentration, and eye contact. Then we published our second study in the American Journal of Stem Cells, and in this was a larger study of 254 patients. And here again, we showed a 95% success rate. And you can see all the symptoms, the similar symptoms, all of them have improved. This shows the effect of cell therapy on ISA. But what is interesting here is that the improvements are age-related. So below 0 to 5 years, the results are the best of all. As the age advances, the results become a little lesser. This is the objective proof. So this is a very important slide. You can see above, the areas that are blue are hypometabolic areas before the cell therapy. And we have done now almost 7,000 patients. And in every patient of autism, what you see there blue, you have hypometabolic areas. Now below, you can see that the hypometabolic areas have got repaired. So we were the first in the world to show that the brain damage in children with autism, as you can see above, can be repaired. Now what is happening is, in autism in particular, right now, all that we are offering is rehabilitation, which is very, very important. We have a lot of our rehabilitation colleagues here. But right now, you are doing rehabilitation on a damaged brain. That is brain as above, you can see the blue. So you are putting in all your effort, and what we are finding is that, we are not getting as many results as we could have. And this is again another slide. You can see above is the blue, which is damaged, and below you can see the green, which is repaired. This is the world's largest study. This is 1,011 patients. There is no study which has got so many patients, and this is our study. It has been accepted for publication. 1,011 patients, And our study shows that all these symptoms, you can see the symptoms below, their attention, concentration, eye contact, hyperactivity, all these symptoms, they improve. And you can see the percentage, 87% and 85% improvement is there. And this is just the technical aspects to show what symptoms improve. Again, you can see the improvements are age-related. So between 0 to 5 years, we have a 90% success rate. From 5 to 10 years, it drops to 87. From 10 to 5, it becomes 84. So this is very important for all of you, that the earlier we treat the patients, the results are better. The later you treat the patients, the results are lesser. This is the important part of our presentation. And this is again to show you the repair. This is something called meta-analysis. Meta-analysis is the analysis of all the clinical studies. And this, out of 5 studies, clearly showed that cell therapy is safe and effective. And in this second meta-analysis also, which is 11 trials, they again showed it to be safe and effective. So cerebral palsy, I'll quickly run through. Worldwide, 62 publications, out of which 18 are from India. And we have 15 papers, and this is our study published, and it shows that we had a 95% success rate. Here you can see the, 8% of the patients didn't improve, the others had mild, moderate, and major improvement. These are the scans before and after. Muscular dystrophy. This is a disease that kills all the children. In Duchenne muscular dystrophy, every child dies by the time they are 20. There was no treatment for this, but we have treated 3,000 children, and we have shown we have been able to save their lives. There are 40 publications worldwide, of which 23 are from India. And these are our papers, and these are the 2 studies that we have published. This is a 5-year longitudinal study. So we've studied them across 5 years, and we have shown that, a lot of these patients had improvements. I just won't go into the technical details. This is our second paper, which also showed the safety and efficacy. And, 88% of the patients improved. 88%. In a disease where there is 100% death, 88% of our patients showed improvement. And these are again our findings, which show that 19% had a significant improvement, only 13% didn't improve. And this is showing the symptoms after improvement. These are MRI scans, which you can see before and after. If you see before on the white, it is all white, which is fatty replacement. And on the other side, you can see that it is recovered in function. Here you can see the damage and the recovery. Then spinal cord injury, these are people who are paralyzed. Here, worldwide, there are 86 papers. We have 16. And these are our case reports. These are different studies that we have done from NeuroGen Brain and Spine Institute. And this is a study of thoracolumbar injury published in the Journal of Neurorestoratology. And here again, we showed a significant amount of our patients showed improvement, in the various scales and scores. So these are just the film scores, and for want of time, since our chief guest is here, I'm going a little fast. So then this is a long-term follow-up study for cervical spine injury, and this is just the demography, and you can see again the percentage improvements in in spasticity, sensation, bladder, upper length, sitting, standing balance, walking balance, etc. And this is a detailed analysis of our data, and you can see the percentage of improvements. As you can see, thoracolumbar injury improves much better than cervical injury. So again, this is a mean. So we follow up our patients for a long time. So this is follow-up after 2 years. And this is again published an original paper, and symptomatic improvements. Then a last ALS. ALS is a condition where there is a 90% death rate. Out of 54 papers, 12 are from India. And we have 11 papers, and these are our different studies. Again, this is a retrospective control study where we compared patients treated versus untreated. So you can see in the intervention group and control group. And now here you can see, it's very interesting. Where we gave cell therapy, if you see the mean survival was 87 months. Control group without treatment, it was 57 months. So there's a 30-month improvement in survival. And you can see the graph over here. The blue is the treated patients. You can see that they have stabilized or improved. The green is the untreated patients, and you can show that they have deteriorated. So this is a control study. The blue is showing that we are able to save their lives and stabilize. The green is showing if you don't treat, they deteriorate and they die. So my final conclusions are, regenerative medicine is now transitioned from research to therapeutics. We had a wonderful talk by Dr. Shilpa Sharma, who's professor of pediatrics at AIIMS, and we are very happy that the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, under the leadership of Dr. Shilpa Sharma, is doing cellular therapy, regenerative medicine, and she showed wonderful results with pediatric neurological conditions, especially spina bifida. So now it has gone from research to therapy. Our country is in the forefront of this field. It is a safe and effective treatment for various for pediatric and adult neurological disorders. And we have a lot of scientific publications, and India is poised to lead innovation in this field. I'd now like to say what Mahatma Gandhi said. He said, to believe what has not occurred in history will not occur at all is to argue disbelief in the dignity of man. And I'd like to share the views of the Honorable Prime Minister of India on stem cells.
मैं जापान गया, तो जापान मेरे कार्यक्रम में मैंने एक कार्यक्रम क्या जोड़ा, मैं वहां एक नोबेल लॉरिएट साइंटिस्ट याकामाहा को मिलने गया। मैं इसलिए किया गया कि उन्होंने स्टेम सेल के अंदर जो रिसर्च की है, मैंने जितना पढ़ा था तो मेरे मन में आया था शायद इनकी एक खोज हमारे काम आ सकती है क्या है। हम गए तो वहां गए, उनसे चर्चा की, और बेंगलोर के हमारे साइंस इंस्टीट्यूट के साथ आज उस दिशा में हमारा काम हो रहा है कि स्टेम सेल्स के द्वारा हमारे युवा साइंटिस्ट कुछ खोज करें.
So that was the Prime Minister of India speaking in the Indian Parliament about the work that we do, regenerative medicine or stem cell therapy. And I'm very fortunate that in a book that I have authored, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has written an introduction. You can see his signature there. That's my book. And it is very, very rare for Honorary Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji to write an introduction for a medical book. But this is about a disease called, so he's written where in this book we discuss about cell therapy for muscular dystrophy. And this is myself presenting him a copy of that book. And this is an interesting video. Recently we had an Indian astronaut, Shukla, who went into space. And the Prime Minister was discussing with the astronaut. Now see what he said.
एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं, क्या कोई ऐसा एक्सपेरिमेंट है जो आने वाले समय में एग्रीकल्चर या हेल्थ सेक्टर को फायदा पहुंचाएगा?
जी प्रधानमंत्री जी, मैं बहुत गर्व से कह सकता हूं कि पहली बार भारतीय वैज्ञानिकों ने 7 यूनिक एक्सपेरिमेंट्स डिजाइन किए, जो कि मैं अपने साथ स्टेशन पे लेके आया हूं. और पहला एक्सपेरिमेंट जो मैं करने वाला हूं, जो कि आज ही के दिन में शेड्यूल्ड है, वो है स्टेम सेल्स के ऊपर. सो अंतरिक्ष में आने से क्या होता है कि ग्रेविटी चूंकि एब्सेंट होती है तो लोड खत्म हो जाता है, तो मसल लॉस होता है. तो जो मेरा एक्सपेरिमेंट है वो ये दिख रहा है कि क्या कोई सप्लीमेंट देके हम इस मसल लॉस को रोक सकते हैं या फिर डिले कर सकते हैं. इसका डायरेक्ट इम्प्लीकेशन धरती पे भी है कि जिन लोगों का मसल लॉस होता है ओल्ड एज की वजह से, उनके ऊपर ये सप्लीमेंट्स यूज किए जा सकते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है कि ये डेफिनेटली वहाँ यूज हो सकता है.
So with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention. I shared the 2 videos show our Prime Minister talking in Parliament and a Prime Minister talking to an astronaut in space, both about the field that we are discussing in this conference of stem cell therapy. So thank you very much for your attention.